guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be giving you a house tour of our Grand Design Momentum 376 TH, and the TH stands for Toy Hauler. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment and hit the bell and all of those things. So let's get started. First thing is the pin box. We have a Rotoflex pin box. We don't really like it. We're honestly considering getting a gooseneck adapter or like a gooseneck pin box. I don't know. It's not as nice as the Moride pin box that we had on the Jayco, so we're probably going to be switching it out. I don't know, not our favorite thing. Next up is the generator bay area.
Alright, so up front in the generator bay we have obviously our own N5500, runs on gas. So this bay is also where we store all of our leveling wood and whatnot. This is where the factory batteries come installed. They are obviously not here anymore. The hydraulic crap is all up in here. I've got some extra electrical stuff up here for all of our, well, some of our solar stuff and whatnot. And then I also put in an air compressor up in here. So that's pretty nice for filling up our airbags on our truck and the tires on the Can-Am and whatnot. And she can stand up under here. I cannot.
So the other thing that's up here is the hitch lights. So if you're unhooking at night or trying to hook up at night, you have these lights to help you.
So right now we are on the driver's side, and this front bay is one of our two 30-pound propane tanks. There's nothing really too exciting in there. The front jack is in there. And then in this second bay, we've got our auto leveling. You just hit auto level basically when you get to somewhere and retract all when you're leaving. You know, we got our storage for our water. These are electrical connectors. We don't use those much because we never stay in campgrounds, and I always hit my head on everything. This is our water bay. You got your what they call an outside shower, which is really just a water hose hookup. And then you do all this for flushing your tanks and all that, you know. Water filter, built-in water filter from the factory. There's also an outlet in here, and your cable hookups, which I don't know if anybody uses cable anymore, but they still come with cable hookups. Obviously keep our extension cords in there and whatnot. We do not keep our big cord in there because we keep that in the back bay. It's just too big for up here. 50 amp electrical hookup directly behind that water bay. We got our water heater and our furnace. I think that's a 30,000 BTU furnace. And this is what we call the tool bay. So we keep our floor jack in here, air tools, sewer hoses. This is where the handles are for the black and gray tanks. This is also where we keep our 50 amp power cord, creeper, and a bunch of other tools. To the right of that, you've got the fuel station, which I think they need to come with a longer fuel hose, but that's besides the point. You got your gauge in here, you turn your pump on and off and whatnot. And then back here, friends call it the hardware store. Just a lot of random stuff.
We definitely do not have a problem trying to find the right bolts and nuts and whatever else, because we literally have almost everything we'll ever need in this freaking bay right here. No kidding when our friends literally call it the hardware store, because there's literally everything you could possibly need for like almost any project in here. It's insane.
Next up is the garage. I apologize for it being a mess, but we keep our motorcycle in here, our bicycles, spare boards and stuff from projects. I keep all of the oil and everything, all of my car cleaning supplies, shovels, brooms.
Basically anything that doesn't fit in one of the basements is back here.
Yeah, and it's pretty packed.
Yeah, and we ended up building this shelf along this wall in the backside to hold like all of the liquids and bottles and stuff. And so far it has worked out amazing.
Yeah, I think that was our second mod to the camper.
Something like that.
So we're keeping going around, and now we are on the passenger side at the back. And this is our outside kitchen. This is our outside fridge. Right next to it is the outside TV. Alright, so the bay right next to the TV is what we call the tool bay. It's got all my tools, most of my tools, not all my tools. Some of my tools are in the truck. One thing I really like about this camper versus the Jayco we had is these latches are so much nicer. They're just like slam latches.
Another nice feature about the doors is the magnets up here.
Magnets are a nice touch.
Like, so we don't like have to try holding it or like crouching underneath it.
Like the Jayco, you would open these and then they would have
they would stop like right there.
They'd stop like halfway open and you'd have to like crawl under them to get in them. It's really nice to just fold it up and like not have to like go under it or whatever.
And another thing is the bay doors are a lot thicker.
Yeah, they're a lot thicker than the Jayco, so they're a lot more efficient.
Yes.
As we're coming up front here, we've got the solid steps, which are a lot nicer than the old campers, but that's pretty much standard on most campers nowadays. Our pit boss grill, we love that thing. Pellet grill, nice, small enough to fit in this bay. So we put that in here, and this is our like household stuff, and it also holds my amps for my sound system, all of our solar stuff. We got our charge controllers, battery shut off, and then that's just a shut off switch. And behind this wall, we keep our batteries so they don't take up any storage space whatsoever. We have 400 amp hour Battleborn lithium ion batteries. We have a video on that, check it out.
And then up here we have all of our solar panels. We have 12 100-watt panels. And then you can see the 3 air conditioners that we have. So one for the living room, one for the kitchen, and one for the bedroom. All right, let's head inside and check out in there. So let's start at the front. We have the living room in the front, which is different than a lot of toy hauler models because most toy haulers have the bedroom in the front. But here's our living room. So we have 2 separate couches. This one has like heat and massage, and this is the one we would use most of the time. But this one folds out into a queen size bed. So when we have friends over, this is what they use. It's actually like about the size of a queen. So it's actually a pretty decent size. We also have our entertainment center here. We have a fireplace down at the bottom. We have our new and improved TV. We didn't like the TV that it came with, so we had to get a better one. But yeah, we have a ton of storage up in here. Honestly, we haven't even used most of the storage we have. Like, this cupboard's empty. And then up here we control all of the sound and the subs and the TV lift, because when we travel it goes down. And when it's down, that's where we keep all of our helmets. And then on this side of the living room, we have our desk. There was another couch like on the other side of the living room. But since we don't usually have people over, we figured it'd be more efficient to use this space for a desk. So this is where I edit, and this is where Cam does his computer things. And this worked out perfectly. And then it also gives Ruben his own little spot too, but he doesn't use it very often. One thing this RV is not lacking in is storage. There is so much storage. Like, I don't think we've hardly used any of these. These are very disorganized though, so Forgive our messy cupboards. Real life, people. This camper also has 3 AC units. So there are 3 of these thermostats throughout the camper. So there's one in the living room, there's one in the kitchen, and there's one in the bedroom. And the one in the kitchen runs the heat, but then each one separately can run their own air conditioners too. That's pretty handy. Like in the summer, if we want the bedroom cold when we go to bed, we can just turn that one on and shut the door and not have these ones on too. So that's pretty cool. And probably my favorite part of our house is this gigantic kitchen. This thing is huge. I love it. There is a dual sink with like these fancy like covers on them, so it gives you way more counter space, and it may or may not hide all the dishes that are currently in the sink because I didn't want to do them. But then we also have a 3-burner propane stove and a propane oven, which actually is bigger than you might think. And these pans down here are to distribute the heat better, so when you're baking in here, you don't burn a pizza. I may or may not have done that. So yeah, it just distributes the heat better and makes it easier to like for cooking. We also have a microwave, and it also does convection. I've only used the convection part like 3 times, maybe. But again, the kitchen is definitely not lacking in the storage department. Like, we keep our travel mugs and all of Ruben's stuff down here. The fuse panel is here too. And in this cupboard is most of our control panel stuff, but I'm gonna let Cam talk to you about that because I don't know how to work hardly anything on here.
So our control center. This is the LCI 1 control. It runs all the lights and everything. Takes forever to turn on. It's one thing that we love and hate about this thing. Like, if you want to go to turn a light on or off, I just hit the lighting thing, and then you wait and wait. But like, the nice thing is it's nice to be able to just hit like all off or all on. But like, seriously, it's really cumbersome to like turn some of these, to use this to turn a light switch on. But you got your monitor, your tank monitor, which can run your water pump, water heater, tank heaters. So this camper has 100 gallons of fresh water, 50 gallons of black, 50 gallons of gray, and the fuel tank is like 27 gallons or something like that. You can control the generator through here. You can control the leveling through here, which most of the time when I try to do something with the leveling, it fails and the program crashes. You can also run the living room and the kitchen slides from this panel. You can run the awnings on here. But yeah, it's really cumbersome to deal with this. It's nice, but it's also a pain in the butt. But this is the only thing that comes in here from the factory. The rest of this stuff is all added. Ignore my little hole here because I haven't made a new panel yet. So this is our battery monitor. This is our propane tank monitors. And then this is our inverter control panel. We can control our inverter from here, check on our batteries from here, and we can also check our batteries from our phones. This is a Victron battery monitor. We have 4 lithium-ion 100 amp hour Battleborn batteries. We've got a Go Power 3000 watt inverter, and we have 1200 watts of solar. But we have videos on each one of those topics that you can check out down below.
We also have a Norcold fridge. It's an 18 cubic foot fridge. The one thing that we hate about this fridge though is, see this little flap, like when you close it, it's supposed to come forward and seal, but it doesn't. So we have to pull it forward in order for the doors to seal, which sucks. It happened on our Jayco because we had the same fridge, and it happened on that one too. So I don't know. But it can run on propane and electric. So if we're hooked up like at a campground or at our family's house or something, we can run it on electric. But while we're boondocking, which we do 98% of the time, we run it on propane. So we keep our coffee mugs up there. These are just multiple junk drawers. Oh, make sure your drawers are all the way in when you travel, because this drawer was not all the way in and the handle got ripped off when we put out this slide. So just make sure all your drawers are completely closed. On the back side of the island, there's also a ton of storage too. So in here, garbage and a bunch of cleaning supplies, and then silverware, other random utensils, and towels. And you could not ignore these two gigantic pantries. So this one is our food pantry. Each one of these shelves are adjustable, so you can move them, like if you need it taller or shorter, or however you want. You can make it work however. But there's also these drawers, which are probably my favorite thing, because you can fit so much in here and everything stays so much more organized. This pantry is legit. And then we also have this one that we keep a lot of like the cooking stuff in. We have games and random stuff up here. But there's also in the back washer and dryer hookups. So if you wanted to have a washer and dryer, you can hook them up in here. We chose not to, just because we're boondocking most of the time, and that just uses a lot more water and electricity that we use somewhere else. So, oh, we have our blankets, extra storage for blankets, and the internet stuff is up there also, like the router and whatever. Other things that I don't really know about, I just know it's there. Plates and cups and bowls in here. This is our junk drawer. It's another really messy drawer. This one's really bad. And then we have our laundry stuff and our first aid stuff. The other thing that we loved about this layout in this camper was having this dinette here, like a dedicated space to have like a dining room, more or less. And the other thing that we really loved about this camper was having the 180 views. It's my favorite space. Everything's so big in here, like it's really cool to have an RV, but it not feel like an RV. Well, we have two Max Air fans, which one's in here, and then there's one in the bathroom, and those can be controlled from here. Here is the second thermostat. This one does the heat for the whole camper, but it also does like the individual air conditioning too. This is our weather station, I guess, more or less. We have sensors for outside, in the basement, in the garage, and then this one. So we can kind of keep an eye on, like, are the tanks getting too cold? What's the temperature outside? What's the temperature like in the garage? So we can see all of that information right here. Next is the bathroom, which isn't huge, but it's plenty of room. The one thing Cam hates though is that the shower isn't taller, because he has to like scrunch down to like wash his hair. Sorry, honey. Sorry you're so tall. So we have towel storage up here, medicine cabinet, and then we have extra bathroom storage in there too. And this is our bedroom that we are super proud of, because this was a queen before we transformed it. Our favorite modification that we've done to this camper is definitely the bedroom. So we do actually have a video of us doing that too, which we'll link below or a little tab up in the corner. I don't know yet. It'll be on here somewhere, but you can go watch that and how we did how we put our king bed in here instead of the queen that was already in here. So again, there's a ton of storage in the bedroom also. All of these overhead cabinets. And then there's also huge amount of closet space. Like with the drawers down here also. And then we also have a TV in here, which is one of 3 that are in the camper. There's the one in the living room, there's one in here, and then there's one outside. But yeah, so we have our Xbox in here so we can like watch movies at night or stream Netflix or whatever. So I think we hit all of the points. If we missed anything, let us know. If you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments below. We'll try to get to everybody's question. But again, make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Do all the things because we appreciate it when you do. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.